I would imagine, I've never gone skydiving. I believe that parachutes are for cars instead of people. But you can
Introduce yourself to everybody at home.
Alex Laughlin, currently drag racer, racer of many things, go-karts, tractor pulling, legend cars, drag cars of all shapes and sizes.
You raced the Legends cars too?
I did in my younger years, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was looking at those. So were you on the 1050s or the 1200cc? Like
it was
Yamahas?
the 1200s.
1200s, okay, yeah.
Yep.
I know they moved over to like the FC09 engines and CP3s now in the Legends cars.
It's been probably 20 years. That really feels weird to say, but
oh, okay, yeah.
It's been a long time.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, obviously I kind of prepped you for this. Any stories or thought processes or anything you want to drop on me? Guys, just for some reference, he has 5 different tiers of license. Is that right, for drag racing? Like
11.
different class. 11?
Yeah.
Your wife told me you
Yeah.
got 5 different ones. I was like, that's amazing. 11.
11 total.
So is that based on like, is it overall speed or is it time to, like, if you go under 8, you got to get this class of license, go under whatever?
It's similar to that as far as ET, but it's also kind of similar just like to the different classes in karting. With drag racing, you have to license for pretty much every specific class that there is.
Okay.
I started drag racing when I was like 15, and I've just kind of been through basically all of it, from the slowest stuff to literally the fastest stuff.
Yeah.
The last few years, I guess I'll start with 2015. I started racing Pro Stock, which is one of 4 pro categories in NHRA. Spent several years doing that. Run Pro Mod. I still run Pro Mod now. Super cool cars. They've got power adders, so it could be nitrous, turbos, blowers, pro chargers, or centrifugal blowers.
Yeah. Do you have a preference? Like, if you had to pick a power adder?
I like all of them. Blowers are my favorite.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely my favorite. But then 2021, I started running Top Fuel, and those are the cars that are like the long, skinny ones that go well over 300. 2023, I ran Nitro Funny Car, same power plant and everything, same speeds and whatnot, just in a funny car. And then since there's 4 pro categories in NHRA, that's Pro Stock, Nitro Funny Car, and Top Fuel Dragster, but then there's Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the second person in the world to ever have all 3 licenses for the 4-wheel category, or the 4-wheel categories. And then there's Pro Stock Motorcycle, and it's never been done before. Nobody's ever had all 4 of them.
Are you going after that?
I am. In Vegas last November, I started the licensing process. So
Sweet.
I made 6 runs on a Pro Stock Motorcycle. I definitely want to pursue my license in that.
Yeah.
Just to be, I want to make my stamp in history, since I'm like so close.
That's super cool. Like, what was the biggest change coming from the car to the bike? Like,
that's the thing, is like everything that I've done in drag racing is somewhat relative from one category to another.
Sure.
The bike is just such a different animal. You understand the fundamentals of like staging the car and like leaving when the tree drops, right? So you like understand the fundamentals of drag racing, even getting on the bike, but nothing prepares you for what's actually happening. I'm about 50 pounds heavier than the average like motorcycle rider.
Sure.
That being said, like we would basically gross the same overall weight, but a lot of these riders have to put 50 pounds on their motorcycles, where that 50 pounds is on me.
Yeah.
And the day that I was gonna license, I sat on the bike and I was like, throttle, drop the clutch, and like throw my body forward because of that
inertia,
that momentum, the G-forces. And it's 0 to 100 in basically a second. And
yes.
And it doesn't matter how much like I would try to like throw my weight forward. The first time I let the clutch out, dude, I threw myself forward, clutch comes out, and it just like snapped my neck back, chest comes up, I'm hanging on like with my fingertips, and I thought, I don't know that I want to even try this again. Seriously, it scared the crap out of me. And I got back on, I made 6 runs total. I need 3 more to get my license. But I want to lose some weight, right? Because like, consider the fact that like one of those other guys that weighs 50 pounds less than me, if you strapped a 50-pound bag of like horse feed on their back and they let the clutch out, they're coming off the motorcycle.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. You're physically needing to muscle around.
Exactly.
Yes.
So when they put the 50 pounds on their motorcycles, it's slowing the bike down. When they put that 50 pounds on me, you know, like the bike wants to go and Alex wants to stay.
Yeah, you're just kind of like watching it like cartoons kind of deal.
Yeah, and like I don't want it to be the guy that the motorcycle shoots out from underneath my legs and I, you know, roll off the back of it.
Yeah, loop it or something.
Be terribly embarrassing. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, so motorcycles is what I'm into 100%.
Yes.
So hearing that going from the car to the bike, I'm just like, I can't wait to do that. I know when we launch them for road racing, I'm basically not full throttle, but up to 10,000 RPMs, and then I'm launching the bike specifically with the clutch. So the front tire comes up, and then I'm riding that and feathering the clutch out. Is that with the drag bike? You kind of made it seem like we just kind of.
It is literally boom, like all at once. Yeah, all at once.
That way you can hit the tree. I can't imagine. That sounds so cool. How much horsepower are you putting through the bike?
I actually have no idea. I have no idea what.
Let's go.
Google it.
Google it is the right answer.
Yeah.
Plenty is the right number.
Yeah, more than. I mean, the thing it'll run 200 miles an hour in 6 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild. I've done rollers to kind of get a sense of the speed, but I can't imagine that acceleration. That's so cool. One more question before I let you go. You obviously drive everything with parachutes. Yes. What was the first jump from non-parachuted car to a chuted car? Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Was it to me, I feel like that would be like the big, like now I'm a big boy.
Yeah, basically if you're running like over 200 miles an hour, then it's time for the chutes. And like when you're getting kind of moving up through those categories, you're not going 300 with 2 giant parachutes, right? That, you know, the 300 mile an hour pulls, it's like, you know, like 6, 7, 8 G's, right? And then it's that negative,
and then
the
full
chutes come
stop.
out.
Yeah.
So you're talking about like a 10, 11 G swing total, which it's like driving into a wall. You kind of get to work up to that because like the first time you're in a car that needs parachutes, it's usually like 1 parachute.
Right.
So you do get that sense of like that negative G whenever it hits. I would imagine, I've never gone skydiving. I believe that parachutes are for cars instead of people. But you can definitely feel it like hit when you're really going fast and you've got the 2 like full size like Top Fuel style parachutes. It's like snapping your neck forward every time.
So just couldn't move your neck forward if you wanted to. 2, you couldn't put yourself back in the seat if you tried.
That's right.
You truly are a passenger.
Yeah, you're along for the ride.
Yeah,
dude.
baby, let's go.
Up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for telling me. That's so cool. Like it's one thing to see videos and hear other people talk, but to hear it firsthand from you and hopefully try to have that translate to everybody else at home, that's awesome. So thank you so much for coming to share with me at Hallett.
You know it.
Everybody's home track. So guys, you're joining us digitally, and this is what we're trying to bring. So all the stories and the vibes. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, you know.
Any sponsors you need to shout out before we let you go? Because those are the guys putting us all over the place.
This weekend, specifically, thank you to David Garst and the Garst Racing team. This is something that we've wanted to do for every year. We race Daytona and go-karts and with them. And we say we want to do more every year, and then we never do because life and just the drag racing, it fills up real quick.
It's hard to add racing to a full racing schedule.
It is, but this year we said, you know, we're gonna do some more. So we're gonna run like 6 races, and the Garst team and family, they're hauling our go-karts, they're maintaining, like we're just literally showing up.
Guys,
the 3 of us.
He says the 3 of us right there, and I wanted to come up because he says ours. It's himself, his wife, and his daughter. All three of them are out here running and lapping, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah.
So it's you got to check them out on YouTube. They're a family act, and the vibes are there. So definitely give them a look. What's your YouTube channel?
AL40 Air and Asphalt.
There it is. One more
The
time.
air part is because we're flying.
Okay.
So, yeah, we've got a little Cirrus SR-22 airplane, and so it's the three of us, and the girls are we'll call them co-pilots. They've never had any formal training, but
They probably know how to do it just fine.
we're working on it.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time. You have a great day, man.
Thank you, dude.
Appreciate it.
Much appreciated.
That'll do it. That's good. Thank you, sir.
Cool.